Hey, what's up everybody? It's Crisper again, and today we have some very fun news and pretty interesting. So, a while back I did make a Lupin the Third lore history video that talked about, the aspects of Lupin and all that good stuff. So if you do want to learn more information about that, it's available on our channel. But today, Lupin the Eighth, which I did discuss in that video, was a lost OVA. It was finally partially found, but it's not the craziest thing, and we didn't really get into the bit of the lore history since the video wasn't really focused on Lupin the Eighth. So today I decided, you know what, let's take a little dive upon this little lost media. Well, it's partially found now, but let's give a little background to why it caused this, and I just want to bring more attention to it, and hopefully you can find the rest of the clips in question, and maybe in the future we can fully watch the OVA, so that'd be pretty neat. Initially, Lupin the Eighth was set to be released in 1982, but you know how the other Lupins were mostly focused on the 20th century, the grandson of the famous Arsène Lupin? Lupin the Eighth would have taken place in the 22nd century, starting the descendants of all the Lupin the Third characters, but due to the major copyright issues involving the use of the character Arsène Lupin III, which is made by another author book by the Lupin estate, and the production of the series quickly halted, seeing that many of the remaining parts of this OVA was partially lost due to that one thing. And it's just things like that that do make it a bit frustrating, but again, since this anime was partially found, or OVA I should say, at least we got something out of it, and maybe they might held back on the copyright infringement a little bit, because imagine seeing like every single Lupin all at once. But there is that one special where it's like Lupin versus Lupin, I believe, and it has a cover, but that's mostly an OVA focusing more of like impersonators of Lupin. And if you haven't seen it, it's my personal good watch and you should check it out. But let's talk about more into like what is the found today and how is it found. So let's get right into it. So in turn, the series was a co-production between Japan's Tokyo Movie, Shinsha, and France's Saban International Paris. It was initially to be directed by a person named Rintaro, and the character designs were by a dude named Shinga Akari and Michi Himeno. While you know how the Lupin the Third anime was already kind of more like family friendly, it wasn't that edgy compared to what it is for some of these later known parts of, like, I should say maybe part 4 or part 5. But this Lupin the Eighth would have been even more toned down, which I don't even know how that's even possible, but I guess it'll make the characters more family friendly. So for instance, they would like take away the guns, or they would make them, like, instead of smoking a cigarette, for instance, they would make them like do a lollipop. So yeah, it's a bit strange seeing that mostly, I mean, if you do see the cover of Lupin, he's known for his crime heist or whatever, but I guess they wanted to dumb it down for more child-friendly stuff in America, so maybe that's the reason why. But initially, due to the copyright reasons, as mentioned before, it kind of messed with the production of everything, so that's why this anime is partially lost. But again, it has been found recently due to some of these parts of the series appeared in 2012 as a bonus feature in the DVD Blu-ray of Lupin the Third Master File. But the only thing that really appears is the pilot episode in this entirely. However, the rest of the episodes for this franchise is only shown in clip format in this feature. But however, the clips that were shown in this feature were mostly silent. So for the most part, the only thing that you can make out were the clips in question. But again, they were only subtitled. So unless you know like Japanese, you couldn't really tell what the story was gonna mostly focus on. But there was a manga adaptation that was made, but it was only shown in the monthly 100-point comics, and it was only compiled to one single volume, so it is out of print. But if you manage to snag a copy of this, you will see this franchise in this format, so at least we have that. But anywho, I'm glad you enjoyed this little video of mine, and we'll do some more lore history in the future. But I wanted to talk about this personally because I was very excited that at least at the time we were founded like little bits and pieces of this known franchise. So I'm Crisper, I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching like usual. See you later, guys.